Alright YouTube, this is 2 Cent back with my 2 cents on Octopath Traveler, and today we are talking about that sweet XP and how to level up your units, trying to do it the most efficient way, because I've seen a lot of comments about it kind of really slows down and I'm kind of stuck, and so here we're going to give some tips and kind of just discuss the different ways of leveling your units to kind of help you maximize that. So obviously the first way is hunts. You get 1 hunt a day after you've unlocked those, and they give a decent amount of experience, but you can still only do it once, and as you're doing your hunts, you're going to be switching up your teams to get the extra rewards rather than worrying about the XP. So this is probably what I was going to say, it's like the least way of really caring about XP during your day, but it does give us a sufficient amount as long as you're doing the hunt that's near the level of the units that you have. So next, let's move on to the ads that we get. We get 3 Kates a day that cannot run away, so you don't have to worry about them fleeing from you. And since you can get only 3 of these a day, it's best to try and, get the best ones you can. Well, the problem with that is you're not really sure what you're looking for, and some of you out there may not even know how to kind of target them. So right now in the game, if you were to watch your ad and a Kate popped up, and that Kate was one of the lower ones or just not ones that you were looking for, for as far as the better XP, you can technically force close your app, reopen it, rewatch the ad, and get the Kate. Another chance at maybe a higher level one. I don't know. To me, this feels a little bit like you're kind of scumming the system a little bit, but it's currently something that you're able to do in the game. So if you see people out there that they're talking about re-rolling their Kates, that's what they mean. And we actually have some information that I've seen over on Reddit that I will put a link down to the source down in the description that kind of showcase what kind of levels trigger being able to get certain Kates from those ads. Alright, so from this list we're able to see whatever your highest person in your party is supposedly what is the one deciding which Kates are available to you. So if you have a person in your party that's level 71, you have a 5% chance of encountering the Koi Chubby Kate, the 300k XP one. That's kind of the golden ticket there. But if you're trying to farm different levels of ones, this will kind of show you what is available for the highest level unit that you currently have in your team. This kind of brings me on to the next point, and the next kind of like tip that I want to give everybody for while they're leveling their units is to focus primarily maybe on your first 5-star or one of the 5 stars you have that can get up to level 80. Focus on them when you're utilizing any of your nuts. Instead of spreading it all around, it might be better and overall better XP for your team to focus it into one person. And so what I mean by that is when you're using your tasty nuts or anything like that, like here, I leveled up my Sophia up until she was at least level 51, and that's why I was able to get that 50k XP Kate from an ad earlier today, which luckily enough I got from not even resetting. So it was really interesting when I came across this information. I wanted to kind of test it out, and so far I think it's pretty accurate. So when you're utilizing your level up materials, do put it into the person who's the highest level, at least up until that next breakpoint. So obviously I have a long way to go to be able to get her from 53 all the way up to 71, which is kind of that next breakpoint. But as I'm getting closer, I'm going to start pumping everything into her to get to that threshold. That way it just makes it so much more easy to level up the rest of my team from getting those daily Kates. Alright, so now in case you were going to ask, well, where do I get the nuts from? So this is one of the things I talked about in the Nameless Town video before, and I'm going to bring it up again, that there's this kind of nut farm that you can get in your Nameless Town. It's part of the quest chain as you're going along, so I would definitely recommend to focus on doing that. Some people have asked, well, how do I get the materials? That fertile soil that you need for that isn't exchanged for material, and what you do is the other materials that you're farming daily for of the 3 monsters, and then getting each of the items from your path actions there, you can sell those for the currency to buy those fertile soil. So that's kind of how you do that exchange around to be able to level this up. So the higher up you get your nut farm there, the more experience that you're going to be able to get, which means more that you can pump into one unit, which then in turn makes all of your ad videos that much more profit as far as your XP that you're getting. you know, as well as getting the, we do get leaves or the in-game gold / currency. We get that from those too. So overall, I think this is the better strategy, and just kind of showcases a little bit of the importance of making sure that we're doing that farming daily for the Nameless Town. Now, after all of that, you can definitely encounter Kates out in the wild. They do have a chance of running away after turn 1, so you do have to be somewhat careful there, and there's definitely strategies of bringing a bunch of multi-hit and breaking and all those things to try and keep those Kates there, but a lot of it is just going to end up being some luck on your end. The kind of tier of Kate that you get is based off of the zone you're in, the kind of level of the zone. So do take that into account when you're, you know, out there searching or farming or anything like that. And you're like, oh, I'm only getting smaller ones. It's probably because you're in a lower level area. As you get to higher level zones, you'll start encountering the higher level Kates. Anyway, I really hope this kind of video kind of helped you guys with being able to level up your team. Please leave a comment down below if it was helpful, and that's been my 2 cents.